Greetings, everybody. It's a great honor, privilege, and pleasure to be here with Ashraf Murad and with all of you, and to have this opportunity to interview Ashraf. And so, the first question I'd like to ask you, Ashraf, is this: what is the inspiration behind the Universal Bliss Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teachings?
Thank you so much for that question. The Universal Bliss Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teaching is a project that my heart is really currently set on, and its inspiration is been a long time coming. For many years, if not decades, I've been aware of many teachers from what is termed the New Thought movement of about 100 years ago and before, and the contribution that the New Thought teachers and leaders made to society at that particular time. And unfortunately, the New Thought movement has, for various reasons, diminished in its impact. And for me, I felt that it was quite a sad thing to see such powerful information be diminished in terms of the appeal, the widespread appeal that it once enjoyed in Europe and in America and in other parts of the world. And so about a year ago or so, on my travels conducting my workshops in George, South Africa, a gentleman by the name of Neville had attended one of my introductory lectures, and he began telling me of how listening to my presentation took him back decades ago, where he was part of a New Thought teaching, and being in my class had actually energized him, took him back decades. And I could see that he was really taken and inspired by what he had heard that I shared. And so that stuck with me. And for many months, I kept thinking about what he said. And I had realized that many people, unfortunately, would never know the New Thought movement or the basic tenets of the New Thought movement. And it stuck with me, and I kept giving it thought. And so the more I thought about it, the more it really inspired me to bring in the New Thought movement once again, to be a person who would champion the New Thought movement. So although my work is not typically New Thought, but there are elements of New Thought. And so it inspired me to produce a basic body of knowledge that would capture not only the main elements of the New Thought movement, but also bring it into the 21st century, where my current awareness as a teacher of the Blissful Living teachings for over 20 years, I would bring in the highlights of my work from the Blissful Living teachings and use my work to add to the New Thought movement. So this had been within me for a while and just kept growing and growing until I decided that I would do it. And so the Universal Bliss Spiritual Truth Teachings, or Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teachings, had its first seminar on the 4th of July 2020, and what we're reviewing here is material from the first track, which is about over 35 minutes or so, more or less. And so the Universal Bliss Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teaching is this program that I'm doing is a 10-part pilot program. So every month students would attend a 4-hour seminar, and they would then attend a 2-hour support session with me, about 2 or 3 weeks later, and just before the next seminar, they would attend a 1-hour review of the session conducted by various students. So currently the Universal Bliss Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teaching program is a 10-part series, and every month students have a commitment of attending the seminar, 4 hours conducted by me, a support session that look at the practical elements of that seminar, also conducted by me, and then a 1-hour presentation conducted by various students that review that month's seminar. So that's what the Universal Bliss Spiritual Empowerment Truth Teaching program really is, and it's something I'm very pleased to present. And in this time, we would capture all the main ideas and then make it available globally through the internet for others to enjoy, not only the essence of the New Thought movement of 100 years ago or so, but also truth that has been taught to humanity from the far east to the far west and everywhere in between, the Middle East, the East, and across time, from ancient times to modern times and everywhere in between, including antiquity and pre-ancient times. So what we have is a unique undertaking at this time on the planet, especially when there has been a movement away from spirit and source and God, and to a movement into a sort of scientific, materialistic methodology. I have chosen to go old school and bring it back on steroids. So thank you so much for that question.